While I continue my research, you should head to Northpoint. Gwendis caught wind of Lleraya in that area, and I had her direct Dorell and Tamrith to take their troops north. I'm sure they'd appreciate any help you can provide. Baron Dorell considers Northpoint to be his seat of power. He has a number of holdings there, including a lucrative maritime endeavor. It makes sense that Montclair would send Lleraya there. If they control Northpoint, they control the North. Gwendis reported that Northpoint has been sealed. I fear Montclair already controls the city. Find Baron Dorell. He commands the troops amassing outside the city. I'm sure he has a plan in motion. Talk to the Baron and see what you can do to help. I expect that Baron Dorell and his troops will have found a good vantage point outside the city. While you help them liberate Northpoint, I'll continue to study the Ayleid book we discovered. Very well. Ask your questions. And then I expect you to make your way to Northpoint with all due haste. As far as I can tell, no one other than Ra's al Ghul and Lleraya have seen Montclair since the events at Doomcrag a few weeks ago. He could still be atop that desolate peak. On the other hand, he could be anywhere, so stay on your guard. Finished? I have only just begun. And I certainly won't make any progress while we stand here and continue to discuss matters that have little immediate relevance to the mission at hand. Certain? No. But her hand was definitely present here at Locrata. And we know she commands Montclair's forces in this area. I expect you will face Lleraya before your work at Northpoint comes to an end. I expect that Baron Dorell and his troops will have found a good vantage point outside the city. While you help them liberate Northpoint, I'll continue to study the Ayleid book we discovered.
Nice of you to finally join us. Those damn Montclairs have locked me out of my own city. If any of my people have been hurt, I'll kill Montclair and his daughter with my bare hands. You know how to get things done. Join up with Scordo and help him find a way into the city. I'll keep the troops on alert and ready to move on your signal. I sent Scordo and a small group to establish a secure base among the farmhouses outside the city. He's supposed to find a way into Northpoint and then send us a signal. Since that hasn't happened yet, I assume he's still working on it. Countess Tamrith went with him. Against my better judgment, I might add. And that fancy knight Darien decided to tag along. He's gotten rather friendly with Scordo since he arrived. I hope they can slip inside, or this is going to be a long siege. Reports indicate that Baron Montclair hasn't been seen in weeks, though this mess has his fingerprints all over it. His daughter Lleraya, on the other hand, isn't afraid to show her face. We're assuming she's in command here. Prior to her mother's illness, she was a charming young woman, a real magic-using prodigy. Now it's like she's been replaced by a dark seducer. Men and women will do anything to please her. And she's shown a remarkable affection for extreme cruelty. Northpoint is an important trading center, with many House Dorell holdings. Whoever controls the city controls the northern region of Rivenspire. If I were Oblivion bent on conquering the area, it's certainly what I would do. My son, Alec, was in charge while I was at Shornhelm. If he's still alive, he must be somewhere inside the city. Beyond that, the entire populace is loyal to House Dorell. But I have no idea what kind of forces Montclair set loose within my city. Remember, I'd like to save Northpoint while causing as little death and destruction as possible. Except for the Montclairs. Kill as many of them as you like. Just remind Scordo that this is our city we'll be assailing, not some bandit stronghold. Of course. I always have time for a soldier who knows how to get things done. What do you want to know? Northpoint is an important trading center, and the heart of my maritime endeavors. Whoever controls the city controls the northern region of Rivenspire. If I were Oblivion bent on conquering the area, I'd certainly start by taking over the city. I left my son Alec in charge when I went to Shornhelm. If he's still alive, he must be somewhere inside the city. Scordo and his group should have set up a base in one of the nearby farmhouses. His mission is to find a way into Northpoint and then send us a signal. Since we're still waiting, I assume he hasn't made it past the gates yet. Countess Tamrith accompanied him, and against my better judgment, I might add. That fancy night. Reports indicate she was a charming young woman, a real prodigy at magic. Then her mother became ill. Now it's like a dark seducer has replaced her. Men and women will do anything to please her. And she's demonstrated a terrible affection for cruelty. Remember, I'd like to save Northpoint while causing as little death.
You walked into the wrong farmhouse, Montclair! Well, kiss a troll and call me Pumpkin. I know you, from Shornhelm. Did Baron Dorell send you? I was the orc, in the cage. Not my most shining moment, but it's not like I'm a noble or anything. No matter, I'm just glad you're here. It's a disguise. What's wrong? Don't you like it? Is my helmet on crooked or something? We're going to sneak into Northpoint. Not usually my approach, but Countess Tamrith and Darien helped us get this far. No idea. He went to scout around and hasn't come back yet. So far, we've learned the patrols outside the city consist of untrained fighters with orders to keep people away. Only the officers seem to know what's going on inside. I suggested busting a hole in the wall, but the Countess decided we should save that as a last resort. Darien went out to search while we took care of the farmers. They came to us for help, and you know how the Countess feels about refugees. We'll finish patching up these farmers and then send them south toward Fell's Run at the first opportunity. Meanwhile, go find Darien, and if he's lollygagging with some lonely farm girl instead of working, punch him in the head for me.
May the light bathe and bless these people. May it guide their way and grant peace to those they have lost. I promise to serve the people of Rivenspire, my friend. That doesn't mean I get to sit in a tower and make others take all the risks. Besides, these poor farmers are in need of a healer, and that just happens to be one of my specialties. Not much, I'm afraid. The soldiers we captured won't give up any secrets. But we do know they are totally committed to Lleraya Montclair. Darien went out to see if he could learn more. He's been gone for a long time, and I'm starting to get worried. I'd appreciate that. Look toward the eastern farmsteads. Montclair's forces seem to be concentrated in that area, so it stands to reason that Darien would be curious about what they're doing there. Just be careful, and don't give away our presence. May the light bathe and bless these people.
Do your worst, lackey to a foreign crown. I won't tell you anything. Well, I guess that would be all right. I am a guard of the First Order, a member of the Blood Talon Cloaks of House Montclair. More than that, you won't get out of me. Why could that possibly matter? Really? Your beloved Countess would never stand for that. You're bluffing. You're the one? You killed Rizal Jewel? I'm just a guard. The officers know what's going on, but they never tell us anything. All I can tell you is they have a camp to the east, on the coast. If you want information, you have to talk to an officer. I've told you everything. Let's not do anything hasty, all right?
May the light bathe.
We'll finish patching up these farmers and then send them south toward Fell's Run.
I was wondering when you were gonna show up. Want a bite? Reconnaissance, but keep your voice down. No need to wake the good captain. And know what I learned? There's not a single guard in Northpoint. Not a one. Lleraya ordered them to get out and to keep everyone away. Isn't that enough? I was fairly proud of that bit of espionage. But you're right, there's more. The good captain here let slip that there's a smuggler's tunnel. Leads right into the heart of the city. It's our best option for getting inside.
My, Sir Darian. That was impressive. But when it comes to smugglers' tunnels, I think there's a thing or two I can teach you.
I'm not sure how to respond to that. Why don't you find out what our vampire vixen is talking about? I wish I'd known she was in here all this time. The more the merrier, I always say.
I must say, Darian certainly has a way with the ladies. That's not how I'd go about extracting information from the enemy, but I can't fault his results. The old smuggler's tunnel should lead into the city, if we can get through it. Well, the smugglers who used the tunnels installed a gate. Gives them a monopoly on the black market in Northpoint. The tunnel will get us into the city, if we can get past the locked gate. The smuggler boss is a tough pirate. Goes by the name of Lagra. If anyone has a key, it's her. But the Montclairs attack any boats that approach the city. There are wrecks up and down the coast. If Lagra's still alive, that's where we'll find her. You check out the wrecked boats and I'll gather the others. Hopefully by the time we meet you at the tunnel, you'll have a lead on getting us that key.
Don't worry about me. I'll throw on some armor and go with Gwendis. Put the old team back together. But first I need to leave a flower for the lovely captain here. Give her something to remember me by.
You check out the wrecked boats and I'll gather the others. Hopefully by the time we meet you at the tunnel.
goes to the city just for the pickpockets. Says it's the only love he ever gets.
He goes to the city for the pickpockets. He enjoys the attention.
Come out of there! I saw you go down there. Get off my ship before I gut you! What do you think you're doing on my ship? Do you know what I did to the last stowaway I found? Well, the last time I looked, my hold didn't lead into the city. Wait a moment. My key! If you're one of those Montclair bastards, I won't go down without a fight. Now give me back my key. Well, you're a tough one, aren't you? All right, we'll do it your way. I was coming back to get my key. I need to get into Northpoint myself, rescue my gang. Why should I let you have the key when I have my own needs to consider? At the moment, all I care about is the safety of my gang. They were inside when the city fell. But if this turns out to be a trick, Oblivion won't be big enough for you to hide in. The tunnel's in the cove. It will take you into the city. The tunnel is inside the cove beneath the lighthouse. That key will unlock the trapdoor. Whatever you do, keep an eye out for any members of my gang. I can't believe they gave up without a fight, but I can believe they're all holed up somewhere. Probably hiding out until this all blows over.
Over here, by the rocks. Come on. I'll take you to where the others are waiting. Tell us you found something, hero. We could use some good news.
I'm not interested in news. Just tell me you found a way to get us into those tunnels.
We slipped the farmers out and sent them south with a few soldiers. Now I'm ready to break a few Montclair heads!
The army waits for my signal out beyond the farms. I want to keep the damage to Northpoint to a minimum. Marching soldiers have a habit of destroying persons and property, even when they're trying to be careful.
We slipped the farmer.
I find it hard to believe that Baron Dorell allowed a smuggler to dig a tunnel into his city, and right under his very nose. Still, it is our good fortune that this tunnel exists. The light truly shines on those who need it.
I'm not sure how Montclair and his troops stand this armor. It's itchy and it smells like rotten mud crab meat.
Tell me you found something good, hero. It's not like the fate of Rivenspire is hanging in the balance or anything. Right then, let's go see what Lleraya's doing in there. But brace yourself. I don't think we're gonna like what we find. Northpoint. It just feels empty. I sense life in there, but it's faint, barely perceptible. We need to be ready for anything. His lordship, the Baron over there, wants us to head inside, see what's going on, and secure the area. He wants us to be slow and careful so as not to damage his precious city. Good job getting that key, by the way. Now let's go save Northpoint. I need to let Verandus know what's going on. In the meantime, talk to Scordo. He knows the city like the back of his hand.
I'm not sure how Montclair and his troops stand this.
I find it hard to believe that Baron Dorell allowed a smuggler to dig a tunnel into his city, and right under his...
Talk to Scordo. He has a plan. It's a bit crude, but it just might work. At least it has the advantage of being remarkably simple and easy to remember. I appreciate that in a plan.